The Orange County housing market is in a hot seller's market right now, despite the fact that buyer demand is extremely low and mortgage rates are relatively high right now. Home prices have started increasing again, many homes are selling quickly, and we are starting to see more multiple offer situations on the most desirable properties. For example, we just listed a home for sale in Orange on Wednesday, March 8th. And over our first weekend of open houses, we had about 35 groups through. There was a tremendous amount of buyer interest in the property, and we've already received an offer over the asking price. So if you're thinking about selling a home and you want to learn how our unique marketing plan generated that much buyer interest in this property, feel free to call or text me anytime. I'm more than happy to talk with you and answer any of your questions. I'm Tim Hamilton with StellarQuest Real Estate, and this is our Orange County housing market update for March. If you enjoy watching this video, I would really appreciate it if you hit the like button below, and please feel free to subscribe if you like to stay up to date on the housing market. We do monthly market updates for Orange County and Southern California. We cover a variety of different market forecasts and discuss, many real estate related topics. I wanted to start off by taking a look at buyer demand in Orange County, which is the total number of pending sales over the prior 30 days. Right now, it's at its lowest level for this time of year since tracking began in 2004. So that means it's lower than it was in the housing market crash and throughout the Great Recession. And so if someone gave you only that one piece of information, you might assume that home values are crashing. However, they're not. They're actually increasing right now. And so this is a perfect example of why you can't just focus in on one side of the equation when you're trying to analyze the housing market. You have to consider all factors and look at it as the entire big picture. So the other side of the equation is the supply of homes for Orange County. And so this is the total number of homes that are listed for sale. And you can see that this number is also extremely low right now. We're way below what would be considered a normal level of homes on the market. And so there really aren't that many options out there for home buyers to choose from. And normally during this time of year, the supply of homes would actually be growing, but you can see on this graph that it's actually been falling since the start of the year. And the reason the number of homes for sale isn't growing is because there are far fewer homes being listed for sale in general. So, if there was a much more normal level of homes on the market, and if homes were being listed for sale at a much more normal rate, assuming buyer demand was the same, the housing market would look a lot different right now. So the fact is, we found balance, just because buyer demand is low doesn't mean home values are falling, because the supply of available homes for sale is also very low right now. One way to kind of step back and get a big picture of how the housing market is performing on one graph is to look at the expected market time. And the expected market time is the average number of days it takes for a seller to accept an offer after listing their home for sale. And Stephen Thomas, author of the Orange County Housing Report, which is where we get these graphs, defines several ranges for how to describe the housing market based on the expected market time. So anything below 60 days is considered a hot seller's market. Between 60 and 90 days is a slight seller's market. Between 90 and 120 days is a balanced market. Between 120 and 150 days is a slight buyer's market, and over 150 days is a deep buyer's market. So right now in Orange County, we are currently at an expected market time of 44 days. So that technically puts us in the hot seller's market category, where homes are typically selling quickly and appreciating in value, which is what we are currently seeing in the market. Now that we've gone through the housing market data, I just wanted to talk about how this all applies to you if you're thinking about buying or selling a home. And for home sellers, yes, we are in a hot seller's market, and it is a great time to sell a home right now. But it's important to realize that we're not back to the days of insane bidding wars and extreme price appreciation like we saw back in 2021 and throughout the first few months of 2022. There are plenty of buyers out there, serious buyers, but they're approaching the market with caution. So if you want to find success as a seller, it's extremely important to price your home close to its fair market value and hire a real estate professional with a wide-reaching marketing plan. We have a very unique marketing plan that reaches thousands of potential home buyers. And so if you want to learn what we can do to help you sell your home, feel free to call or text me anytime at 714-486-4086, and you can find all my contact information in the description below. Now, for home buyers, it's important to realize that home prices are no longer dropping, and it's unlikely that a seller is willing to accept your offer far below the home's fair market value. Now, keep in mind that fair market value is different than the list price of the home. So when you're thinking about and getting ready to write an offer on a home, it's really important that you carefully review the most recent sales in the neighborhood so you can get an idea of what the home's fair market value is. And, right now, the most desirable properties are selling quickly, and there's a chance that there's going to be multiple offers. So if you do get involved in a multiple offer situation and you really want to be the one who buys the house, it's really important that this is the time to get aggressive, put your best foot forward, and make sure you're making the deal as simple and good for the seller as you possibly can so that you're the one who is most likely to get their offer accepted. Now, with that being said, there are opportunities to negotiate out there in the market right now. There are sellers who have overpriced their home and are sitting on the market with, very few showings and no offers. And there are homes right now that are simply, not in the best shape, maybe need a little work. And as a result, those homes are sitting on the market. So, right now you've got homes where you need to be aggressive, and you've got homes where you might have some room to negotiate. And depending on the situation, you may actually be able to get the seller to give you a closing cost credit to help you buy down the interest rate, which can save you on your monthly mortgage payment. So if you're thinking about buying a home in Southern California, feel free to reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to help you out and discuss some different negotiating strategies depending on the situation. Again, you can find all of my information in the description below. Lastly, I just wanted to give you a quick mortgage rate update, and what we're looking at here is the 30-year fixed rate mortgage rate according to Mortgage News Daily. And you can see that we were up over 7% just last week, and starting Friday, rates started to drop, which continued on Monday, March 13th, and today we're down to 6.57%. And the primary reason these rates dropped so aggressively is on the news of the Silicon Valley Bank failure. And so if you haven't heard, I'll let you do a little research on what that is, but basically a bank failed and the FDIC had to step in, take over the bank, and essentially guarantee depositors were going to get their money back. But how this affected interest rates is that a lot of investors and people were expecting the Federal Reserve to raise their interest rates by 0.5 percentage point during the next Fed meeting. Well, now that this bank has failed, people think it's less likely they're going to do a 0.5 percentage point increase. And now people are expecting that maybe they'll do no change or maybe just a 0.25 point. So as a result of that, change in investor expectations, the interest rates have dropped. So it'll be interesting to see what the Fed actually decides to do during their next meeting and what's going to happen to interest rates. But for now, if you're going to be buying a home in the next few days, you just got a 0.5 percentage point discount, which is great. So if you're thinking about buying or selling a home in Orange County, feel free to reach out to me. I am more than happy to answer any of your questions and let you know what I can do to help. You can find all of my contact information in the description below. I would also be more than happy to send you a copy of the most recent Orange County housing report. So if you're curious in reading more on what's going on in the housing market, just let me know. I can email that over to you. And, just let me know if there's anything I can do to help, or if you have any ideas on, things you would like me to discuss about the housing market. I'm more than happy to, get feedback and learn about what you guys want me to discuss.